Hey everyone, hope you're having a great day. We just got a new console mod drop in Baldur's Gate 3's Mod Manager. Well, this is the smallest drop that we've ever gotten. There was actually some console mod updates that happened yesterday, which I did make a video on, and some more updates today, which we'll be breaking down in this video, alongside the new mods, which there's a couple things here that actually people have been asking for a while, with some oversized weapons here, so you can live out your God's greatsword dream. We also got these outfits here, very popular mods, including the automated combat mod here, which actually lets you set your companions to just control themselves in combat. We also got the Clangsong speaking Dragonborn heads, which I covered last week. So if you want a sneak peek of what's possibly next to come, we may have some Karlach and Astarion Dragonborn mods on the horizon here, but we also got some more Dragonborn related body mods, some new head mods, and as well, the secret skulls unlocked here, a few different cosmetics, and much more, which we'll be breaking down in this video. And first off, the only real cosmetic mod that we got this week is the Twilight Elegy here by Obscenity. But the great thing about this is you get 3 different options here, and it has some great dye support. As you can see, Shadowheart is a pink version. I have the undyed version of that. It comes in this pouch here, summoned into the tutorial chest. It also has a camp and an outfit if you want to have like an actual clothing option here with 12 armor class and actually pretty balanced abilities here. There's also the version 3 here if you want it without the little neck piece. So 3 new pieces of equipment. This mod goes great with the Faerun Fashionistas Mega Pose Pack. Next up, we got the automated combat here by Quick Kruger, which is a nice mod, and people have been asking for something like this ever since patch 8 updated and broke one of the previous ones. Now, you can toggle and have everyone in your party just automatically fight. I wouldn't recommend doing that, but what it does is you're just going to toggle this on, and you become an automated combat character, and then whenever combat starts, you're just going to automatically attack. And you can have this on your companion, so if you just want to control yourself in combat, you can just have them go at it here. Now, I'll probably do a future video on mods related to this, because there's a few different things you can do with mods, and if you're on PC, there's a bunch of other options, but this one is one of the best as far as console goes. Now, we also got the Wrongway Elemental Weapons here by Wrongway Fell Down, which adds in 102 types of items. And it includes these colossal weapons here, which are pretty awesome. So you got the Reach of Gortash, the Reach of Enverge, 2 different longswords which are used by the Steel Watchers there. And then there's Yurgir swords here, which are cool because they are light weapons. So if you wanted to dual wield them, you can go right to town with that. It looks pretty awesome, but they're obviously very large. There's also things like the Scythe of Merkill, which is sized down to the player, and then the Reach of the Ogre, which gives you this giant club here. So if you want to do a wretched playthrough with a big club, you can now do it. But there's a ton of different weapons here which utilize some of the stuff in the game that I feel like is definitely underutilized, with like the Merrigan halberds here, which you can get some different damage types off on them. There's a lot of different benefits here, which it's not super, like a lot of these are, you know, legendary weapons, but they're not feeling super overpowered either. They are strong, obviously, they tend to skew on the side of things, but really cool stuff, and it uses a lot of the weapon types in the game that aren't very present, which is nice. Not only that, but they also have some class-specific gear here, so if you wanted to add sorcery points or arcane recovery charges, channel divinities, rage charges, you name it, luck points, it's got a ton of different stuff in here, so yeah, I'm not going to name off every single weapon that's in there, but you can just check the mod page out for some more information. Really cool stuff, and Wrongway also has a bunch of other mods that are really nice, and I hope come to console as well. Now, I am genuinely excited that we just got this mod here, which released on December 29, 2025 by Akelka here with the Clangsong speaking Dragonborn CC heads. Next level stuff. Now, if you've noticed, there's not a lot of Dragonborn in Baldur's Gate 3 because the talking animations for them is very choppy. This changes it, so when you actually talk to Dragonborn, it looks so good. I can't even like put to words how amazing this is. But yeah, no, we don't have the Karlach or Astarion mods on console right now, but I have a good feeling since we got this that this is now possible. It just looks amazing, and I did do a previous video on it. And here's an example from Akelka's YouTube channel of what this really looks like. I'm blown away by this, because this is something Larian was impossible to do. Obviously, there was time constraints when it came to the making of this game, but you can now restore the Dragonborn and have them look normal. So this mod does add in these new Dragonborn heads here. They're going to have that little skull icon there to denote that they are made with the human skull there so that they can talk properly in game. And we're likely going to see some more stuff coming from them in the future and hopefully coming to console. This honestly is one of my favorite mods on like in Baldur's Gate 3 as a whole. It's that good. So yeah, this is cool. If you're a Dragonborn fan, I cannot recommend this enough. We also did get their Fleshforge Dragonborn CC body selector as well, which whenever you go to select these, you can have your character have different looking body parts here. It's under the beard tab, so if your character, your Dragonborn, is invisible, you just have to go and select that there. There's a bunch of different types here, which are going to grant different abilities too, which I think is a really cool feature. So certain claws, no abilities. Some of them are going to have this talon attack that inflicts bleeding. Some of them are going to have a kick passive. And then there's a bunch of different appearances here. So if you want to have like the ritual circle, like on a Starion on a Dragonborn, you can do that with this mod and a bunch of other stuff. This is a dependency for the Karlach as a Dragonborn mod. So I do see that coming some point soon. Really, really likely. But we also do got the Reforged assets, DMH Dragonborn, Dark Urge CC as well. I love all their Dark Urge mods. So yeah, if you're going to play like an actual white Dragonborn, lore appropriate feeling Dragonborn, check out their mods. It makes sense. Dirge has been through a lot if you know the lore. So it's great to have a actual mod to reflect that. And next up is the Secret Scrolls unlocked here by Dark Charl. Now, this is coming from a mod that was released on console a while back, which adds in 100 scrolls into the game for spells that just, didn't have scrolls in the base game. Things like Acid Splash, which is surprising that some of these spells weren't actually in the base game. And you can see here the full list. This is a mod that released previously, but what this does is it now makes it so that if you play as any class that can scribe scrolls, so wizards, but there's also modded classes that can actually do that as well. This mod will now let you be able to learn all these spells from their secret scrolls. So next we got Ezuneo's Facehorns and Feathers mod. This is actually really important because previously there was no way to make your character look like a Gen SC, which is a very popular race in D&D. And with this mod, it adds in all these different, well, some of them looking a little bit different depending on how your character is set up. It does offer things like these fins here, so you can have like a water Gen SC. A lot of different options, which are all really interesting and different from anything that we've had previously on console. And the cool thing about this is there's multiple places that we can put these on our characters. So this is under the horn section here, and you can see a bunch of different fins and horns and things like that. And I hope these Vulpine ears come to console soon. But it also adds in some options under crests too. So you can mix and match and add multiple of these to your character at a time if you wanted to have a particular look for your character. So this again opens things up. It's not so much a race mod, but it lets you create characters that previously weren't possible and allows for a greater level of role playing, which I think is amazing. So this is by Ezuneo here. Definitely worth checking out. We also got Aylin Restyled here by What's on the Flip. Now, this is a cool mod because it makes Aylin look a little bit different here. It changes it so that her gold crackings here are more vibrant and stylized, and you can just see it's a little bit cleaner in her appearance as well. So yeah, this is the appearance changes here, makes her hairstyle flip to the other side, which is another hairstyle that's in the game here. So yeah, this is cool, depending on where if she's got the armor on or not. I think it's an interesting mod. Now, I've gotten a few questions about the ASMR race mod, which isn't on console yet and not fully completed as the current moment. And I was talking with Ace. We're going to be working on it. I'm going to be helping out, and we're going to try and get that out because I know a lot of people have been looking forward to that. So stay tuned for that, I guess. And I'm also hopeful that some of my other mods do make their way over to console here, as Larian actually posted about it, and they were playing with it in their last live stream and posted on Facebook and Instagram. So if there's anyone from Larian watching, please approve my console mods. I would really, really appreciate that. Humble plug aside, we also got the double spell slots by Yumi Art here, which makes it so that the Warlocks get twice as many spell slots. This is nice, especially if you want to have your Warlock feel a little bit less spell slot starved, I guess, and not have to rely on Eldritch Blast and Moving Blade so much. This just applies it to the vanilla-based classes. We also got another popular one, Red Witch add-on, Dawnstar's Telekinetic spells, which they worked very. I actually posted a build for this, so this is nice to see it here. And oddly enough, on PC a while back it worked, so you didn't have to actually download this mod. You posted a build on it, and then this mod came out, so now it's on console, and you can now use Dawnstar's Telekinetic with the Red Witch class mod. You can check out my build for a bit more detail. And the last mod we got here before we get into some exciting new updates, we got John Zeke's GhostFire Dice Set. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be like Z's, we're all going to make it, but adds in a new dice set here, similar to some of the other ones. If you're into this, this is what it looks like. So cool stuff here. Now we got some updates that I do want to talk about. Now this was an update we got yesterday for the Arcane Vanguard. And if you haven't tried out the new Viridirge subclass, I would definitely recommend checking it out. They had a pretty large update that actually revamped and added new icons that are made by Sumer Dagnoth to this, all the 8 subclasses here, in a variety of different patches and balance updates and fleshing out some of the other subclasses. So if you haven't tried out the Arcane Vanguard since its release, I definitely recommend checking it out. And they just passed the 1 million download mark, so congratulations on that, Sathos. But we also got another really exciting mod update with the Dread Overlord Necromancer here, which is made by the Dread Overlord. there's a variety of different updates that have been coming out for this mod, and this is the one that came out, not their most recent one, but this is from 48 days ago, which makes a bunch of buffs here. I'm not going to go over every single change, but it makes a lot of different changes, and this mod is another one that if you haven't tried it out since its launch, it's definitely worth checking out. I will be doing a future video on this one again. It's one of my favorite class mods. A lot of content in this one. The Beast and the Bow by Graphic Fade also got updated here, and in addition to that, a few of the other Fade's equipment distribution, including the All-in-One, got updated with some major bug fixes and things like that, so that's now available on console. We also got updates to the Frost Domain Cleric subclass by G.I. George, which adds in the level 20 support and a few other updates to the class. We also did get a Shovel evolved here, which is an amazing mod if you haven't tried any of Exaon's mods out. It makes the summons feel a lot more progressive and have different types of upgrades. There's bug fixes and some minor changes here as well. We also got some changes to the Mindweaver animations by ZX10RX, another amazing class mod. And there's some other feats on every 1 and 2 levels that got updated to work a little bit more proper. So a few different updates there. I'm not going to cover every single update because there was quite a few of them. We also got updates to the Ghost class here by Oakley_CH, which adds some new items to the camp chest and makes it so that some of their spells work properly on allied weapons and things like that now. So yeah, some more updates there. We also got updates to the CL Big Damn Hero Paladin gear and some of their other Copper Leaves mods, which are amazing. If you haven't tried them out, definitely worth checking, including the Spider Queen gear. There were some more revealing outfits that were added here I saw in the patch notes. As well, we got the Animation Unlocker by Ziphius Rec, which is allows other modders to use animations in their mods. So this is a dependency for some other things, which will add in additional animations like the vampire bites and things like this. So if there's any modders watching this, there's some new animations there you can use in conjunction if you put this as a dependency. We also got the Anti-Coagulant Blood Sorcery Synergy fix by Valor Victrix, which makes it so that if you're using the Blood Sorcery class mod, which normally if you get healed, it's going to remove your bleeding, it will now prevent that from happening, so you can use the class a little bit more freely without, unfortunately, damaging yourself. And finally, we got updates to the Path of the Skull Collector Barbarian here, which added in actually a lot of different changes, so if you're playing with this one right now and you're updating it, it will require a respec. And typically, whenever there's an update to a mod like that, I would recommend actually speccing out of it before you update it, and then speccing back into it after. But that is it for this week. We only got 12 new class mods, but some exciting ones like large weapons, enemy, making it so that your team can be automated. I do think we'll see another mod drop this week. It's really early for them to just drop 12 mods, so maybe there'll be another one tomorrow, maybe on Thursday. We'll have to wait and see. You can subscribe for more content. Let me know what you'd like to see. And if Larry and you're watching, please release my mods on console. Have yourself a great day. We'll catch you in the next one.